Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Soul Illumination reading for the year ahead for the sign of Aquarius. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot reading for Soul Illumination. So hi, everyone, and welcome. Now, Aquarius, this is going to be a little different than my usual readings in that we're going to be looking at the year ahead for 2024 for the sign of Aquarius. Now, this could be sun, moon, or rising, or Venus placement if you're looking for relationships. I often like to check out my Mercury placement as well, just because I find that that's a big one as far as kind of how we communicate, what we can expect in our realm of communication as well. Okay, so I'm going to jump right in, and before we pull some cards here, I'm going to just do a quick shuffle. Now I'm going to pull a couple oracle cards and a tarot card to get the overarching theme for the year. We'll dive a little deeper into those, and then we'll pull some tarot cards to actually take a look at the energetic flow of the year itself. We'll look at the beginning, the middle, and the end, and see what's in store. So let's pull first an oracle card to see what is going to be an underlying theme for the year. What does Aquarius need to know right now for the year ahead? Okay, well, we've got quite a few cards that came out here for you. Now, Come to the Edge is interesting. That came out, I filmed, I think it was Capricorn's reading, I think a couple days ago. That came out for Capricorn as well. And you may be dealing with a Capricorn in your life. You may have strong Capricorn placements, but there's definitely the energy. And this could also be for many of you feeling the energy of Pluto moving from Capricorn, where it has been for 248 years, and now it is moving into your sign, Aquarius, as of January 20th. So this could definitely be, for some of you, there is a link to Capricorn energy, and you might almost feel like there's a sudden, almost like spotlight put on you yourself. Pluto is an interesting planet to have move and shift into your sign. It is obviously one of the slowest moving planets. So this shift is felt by all of us, but you specifically are going to feel it in a way that could be very empowering. Pluto as a planet likes to uncover secrets. It focuses on technology, advancements in technology, but it also focuses on really bringing to light the energy of the sign that it's in, and both the dark and the light aspects of the energy of that sign. So there's going to be kind of a spotlight, but almost like a dark spotlight put on you, Aquarius. There's going to be that kind of soul-seeking spotlight of looking to find your individuality and how that can truly be of service to the greater collective. And that's going to be a theme that we are all going to be experiencing starting on January 20th. Now, there will be a brief time in September where Pluto will retrograde back into Capricorn for a very brief time. It'll go back into your sign, I believe, it's November 13th, I think. And then from there on in, it will be in the sign of Aquarius for the next 248 years. So we will definitely, again, there's almost like a shifting of eras. This is truly the last step into the age of Aquarius. So keep that in mind. This is going to be a powerful time for you, Aquarians. You're almost here to be the leader, to show us how to transform, to bring light to the dark areas of our experience, and also how to create great innovation. So this is a time of true leadership and innovation in all areas of our life, but including technological advancements. Now, I thought I'd go into that just because it's really important for you, Aquarius. But Come to the Edge. Come to the Edge really speaks to taking that leap. There's a sense of this harnessing the energy of the Fool card in the tarot. And I also like with this card, there's this like little heart confetti behind the individual as she's looking back before she takes that leap over the edge. And there's that sense of really connecting with the heart space. It's almost like leaping in. For some of you, this could be a year where you truly leap into the energy of love. This could be a reconnection to a deep relationship in your life. This could be, I'm so sorry, guys. I have to move my phone. Let me get this out of the way. It could be a deep connection to someone that you love, a reconnection. This could be where you get to meet the love of your life and you really get to dive kind of headfirst into that. It could also be where you are simply starting a new journey where it's going to be really focused on the energy of love, of what you love, pursuing that and really integrating that more into your life experience. So let's see here. I'm pulling a couple clarifiers now. Okay, so we have King of Wands and we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is really powerful energy when we think about this as kind of an overarching theme for you, Aquarius. There's a sense of really putting your head down and perfecting something, perfecting the building of a skill set, perfecting the saving towards a home, perfecting something in the physical that is tied probably to, with the King of Wands, either a Leo in your life. You might have that. This could be building a home with this individual. This could be working on a business partnership. The King of Wands, I often correlate to a business owner or kind of the fiery, passionate CEO of a company. So there could be something along that line too. You might be this year really focusing on where you can really put in the work to lay the foundation to be able to lead from what you're passionate about, because that is the energy of the King of Wands of Leo. Now, this could also be kind of bringing in the energy of the new moon that is going to be, not the new moon, the full moon in Leo, which happens just a few days after Pluto's shift into Aquarius. And you might be feeling that, this kind of spotlight on what you really want, what you want to take pride in, for what you show to the world. There can also be the sense of also what you want to shine out into the world. What you want to be seen as. When we think of the King of Wands is someone who understands what they're passionate about, and they are uncompromising to a certain extent as to how they choose to take action and lead from that. They don't push aside their passions for others or tamp them down. They are very present, and they make sure that they stay responsible. They hold themselves responsible to living from that place and leading from that place. But for many of you, this could actually be for those of you who are looking to start your own business or looking to jump into something new where you might be really leading from what you're passionate about. There's a sense of putting your head down and doing the work this year, of really kind of keeping your eye on the prize, eye on what you're passionate about, building that foundation, but leaping into it, like making that commitment to yourself to say, this is the year I'm going to do that. This is the year I am going to launch that business. This is the year I am going to travel the world and, experience new cultures. This is the year where I'm going to save for that home that I'm going to be so proud of myself when I move into it. It's that kind of energy here for many of you. Now I'm going to pull one additional oracle card here before we move on, and I'm actually going to read the excerpt from both of these oracle decks too, just so you get kind of a more well-rounded message here before we dive into the tarot cards and actually look at the year ahead for you. So let's see here. So I have Turtle. Okay, Turtle, the number 15. Now the number 15 breaks down to the number 6 in numerology. Number 6 harnesses the energy of love. It also harnesses, for me, the energy of what we can build when we come from the energy of love. There's also a sense, too, with the 15 where it can speak to devil energy as well, because that's what it represents in the tarot. So there's a sense of really kind of looking at the energy of love and making sure that we are embracing the healthy attributes of love, not the unhealthy attributes, which can lead to addictions, like too much of something that we love, or sacrificing for someone that we love. So there's that kind of quality coming through of really embracing the positive side to that number instead of the negative side. So let's go ahead and see what Turtle has to say here. So we have, it harnesses the energy of water and Turtle attributes, symbol of the earth, connection with the center, navigation skills, patience, self-boundaries, feminine energy, psychically protecting oneself, self-reliance, non-violent defense. It says, Turtle crawls into your life with the message that slow and steady wins the race. Do not feel that you have to force or push a situation. Nor should you take shortcuts or skip steps. Take your time, let everything unfold at the right time. Relax and trust in the process. Alternately, she's telling you that this situation will unfold in a slow and steady manner. Do not rush it. Stay grounded and enjoy the process. And sometimes that can be hard, right? When we're thinking about wanting to leap into something new that we love, or we're getting ready to take that leap, there can be that sense of we want to see, it's hard to be patient, especially when we're in the Eight of Pentacles, where we're kind of putting our head down and we're perfecting a skill set, let's say, or we're saving a little bit every day towards a bigger goal, or we're going back to school and we're educating ourselves in something. There's that sense of like wanting to rush to the graduation day or wanting to rush to finally be living in that house. But there's this sense here of slow and steady does win the race. It's one of those things where a lot of people, don't start, let's say, don't want to go back to school because they're like, oh my gosh, it's going to be another 2 years, another 4 years. But if you think about it, those 2 years and those 4 years or however long it's going to take, those are going to go by regardless. So if you start today and you sign up for that class and you make that commitment and you kind of just keep your head down, well, yeah, in 4 years, you will have a degree. Now, in 4 years, if you don't start that, 4 years are still going to go by, but you'll have no degree. So there's that sense of kind of playing with time a little bit and understanding that what is worth coming to us is worth taking the time to have it come to us in the correct way. So keep that in mind. If there's a point this year where you feel antsy, where you feel like you want it to happen now, this is really giving you that quiet faith that it is coming, that as long as you're putting your head down and doing the work and you're committing towards something that really allows you to kind of sit in the throne of what you're passionate about, then you're doing the right thing. Let's see here, number 36. I'm going to read Come to the Edge. So it says, essential meanings: courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. It says the Oracle's message: facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and your soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. I love that. So there is this sense of slow and steady, but also taking a leap of faith. And that may seem like it's counterintuitive. But really what this is saying, I think, for many of you, is to take that first step towards committing to that longer period of time. So this could be like saying, I really want to start that business that is going to bring in X amount of money at some point. But I'm going to take that first step today. And what does that look like? Maybe the leap of faith is saying, I'm going to spend a little bit of money to work with a website developer. And that could be scary. That could actually be like making it real. I'm actually investing my money. I am spending it towards something. The leap of faith could be like admitting to yourself you're ready to move and it's time to really sit down and look at what that's going to be like. And you're telling yourself, okay, I'm committing to move by X amount of time. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to save. And I'm going to understand that I also have to be patient. Maybe I don't have the money right now to purchase the home I really want. Maybe I don't know even the area that I want to move to, but I'm going to start to put in the legwork to educate myself, to figure out where I want to move, to figure out what I need to even get approved for a loan. It's those kinds of things that the Eight of Pentacles is great at. But there's also a sense of really understanding what would make you feel passionate about your life? Like where is it in your life where you need to lead from what you are passionate about and honor that more in your life experience? And that's what you're facing a fear around. And that can obviously lead to a large change in your life. It can lead to leaving something behind. It can lead to you realizing it's time to, and we have the Five of Pentacles that just came out. I'm not going to take that because I haven't shuffled the deck yet, but there could be a sense of a little bit of a poverty mindset coming in, a little bit of, I'll never have enough, so why even start? This could be like saying, I'm never going to have the home of my dreams, so why even look? Why even start saving today? It could be like saying, I'm never going to graduate, or 4 years is too long, so why even, start to look at courses today? I'll never make enough money, so what's the point of me trying to move jobs? It's like one of those kinds of mindsets that could be coming in. So there's a sense here really facing that within where that comes from. That kind of poverty mindset really a lot of times comes from a deep psychological wound or an experience in our life that has left us feeling like we will never have enough support, we will never have enough money, we'll never have enough time for something. And the Eight of Pentacles teaches us there is always time. Time just keeps going on. It keeps marching forward, and all we have is this present moment to choose what we do, what we commit to in this present moment. And we can choose to commit to our future in this present moment and put in a little bit of work towards that. It's a true slow and steady. So let's see here. So you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool right off the bat, Aquarius, and the Ace. Wow. Okay, so beginning of the year, here's that opportunity. Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. There could be an opportunity coming in where there is a chance for you to leap into something new. Or this could be where the Wheel of Fortune is saying it's time for you to start that business. It's time for you to leave that place of work you've been at for forever. It's time to leap into, with the Ace of Wands, what you're passionate about, what lights your flame, what is this inspiration, this idea. This could be truly with the inspiration, the idea, this could be a new business idea. I mean, when we think about Pluto moving into Aquarius, this is all about really getting into that energy of a spark, but not only a spark of following up on those ideas that might be very much outside the box. So where we get that kind of like aha moment, and there's that realization of, oh my gosh, I have to do this, or I see a new way. Now, this could also be for some of you leaping into parenthood. A lot of times the Ace of Wands can be conception. It can be you conceiving. It could be someone in your life conceiving. This could be leaping towards, again, maybe leaping into a relationship with someone else and you're getting ready to become pregnant. There could definitely be that. But I do feel more than anything with this, it's more about taking the leap, taking an opportunity, a risk now when the energy is kind of moving in your favor, Aquarius, to leap towards something where there is going to be this spark, where there is going to be that perhaps incoming aha moment. And it's almost like you might get this incoming aha moment and then get to work. It's like, oh, this is happening. Okay, let's make this happen. And yes, and it's going to really focus you on home and family. So for those of you where this is maybe around pregnancy, there could be this opportunity to really refocus on, with the Ten of Pentacles, where you live, the house you live in, the amount of money you want to save, because that's really what the Ten of Pentacles speaks to. It speaks to our legacy, but what we want to achieve in the physical. So this can be home, money, inheritance. It can also be something that we want to leave behind for others. This can be that realization here with a spark of, oh my gosh, I want to write the novel that will be passed on for generations to come. Or I have a idea for something and I realize that is what I can generate money from. That's what will end up getting me to that level of life experience I really want to achieve in the physical. But if this could be like, let's say, leaping into a new relationship, finding out you're pregnant, and then there's that realization of, okay, now I got to focus on home and family and growing that. And that might mean moving house. That might mean saving more. That might mean I have to start making more money. It could be something along those lines as well. Okay, and Four of Wands. I love it. So for some of you, there could actually be very much a progression here towards a very stable foundation. It could be a marriage even with the Four of Wands coming in, especially with the Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands. So towards the end of this year, there could be a celebration that you're attending, or it could be your own celebration that you're attending. And there's a beautiful opportunity here to really embrace that. So for those of you where this is actually speaking directly to yourself, there could definitely be a big life shift in home and family and creating a foundation based on that. And that could be something that you're working towards. This could be that decision of, I'm going to leap into the dating world because I'm ready for this. And it might come in a lot faster than you realize. This could also be leaping into building the foundation for a business or moving home and building a foundation in a new location. This could also be celebrating this in your life through someone else. So this could be, someone in your life finds out that they're pregnant and there's a change in a family dynamic or a home environment. But there's definitely towards the end of the year an opportunity for great celebration, which is wonderful. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is a card. Oh, and then we have the Hermit. I like that. Virgo energy coming in at the end here. So there's this sense with the Nine of Pentacles of independence, it can be financial independence actually. So for some of you, this could be, if this is, let's say, business related, this is kind of like the quest of having an idea and seeing what you would like it to become in the physical, but building the foundation this year towards it and understanding what financial independence, because that's what the Nine of Pentacles can speak to. It can speak to a card of being single, but it can also speak to a card of getting yourself to a healthy place on your own where you feel like you have what you need to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You have the time, you have the money, you have the resources. Now, it can also be a card, though, that really speaks to a sense of getting to that comfort zone, realizing that there's a level of a little bit of a gilded cage where we've come so far, but we still have to leave the Nine of Pentacles to go out and reach for the Ten of Pentacles, which is that ultimate, it's what our soul calls us to achieve in the physical. It's that when you close your eyes and you think about everything that you want to have at some point in your life, what does that look like? What does success look like? There's a sense coming through here. What does success look like for you? If you could be celebrating with friends and family, or if you could be sitting at, your first book signing or something like that, there's like getting to that vision of what that looks like for you. But there is a chance of really celebrating not only possibly a marriage or maybe the foundation. It could be like opening your business. And there's a sense of success coming in, a sense of feeling like you have enough, feeling like you've gone from the Five of Pentacles, which kind of popped in there, to feeling like there was lack, you're on the outside looking in, you're not supported, to all of a sudden you feel like, wow, life is good. I get to enjoy what I have. I get to enjoy the fruits of my labor, and I'm going to. And then with the Hermit coming in here as your underlying energy throughout the year, there's a sense of really getting back in touch with what you uniquely shine. What do you uniquely bring to the world, bring to every experience? And how can you look to shine that? Meaning, sometimes a hermit can speak to going off on our own and, soul seeking. And there could be a sense of that coming in this year, especially with this kind of spark, a leap into something new, a focus on the self and what you're building. There could be that kind of sense of soul seeking, especially if it means a change in your work or career path, or a change even in your home life. That there is that sense of, okay, I do have to go within as I'm going through this change. I have to really take a look at what this means for me and my whole life experience. But it can also be where you realize where maybe you've been holding yourself back from shining, where maybe you have not been truly bringing all of your talents, all of your ideas, that burning sense of that soul passion within us. That's really the Ace of Wands that the King of Wands holds. There's that sense of really leading from that place of passion and fearlessly shining that out into the world. And there's a sense of attraction as you do that, as you become more focused on what that uniquely is for you, and just focusing on almost like capitalizing on that a little bit, Aquarius. So it's interesting. Okay. There's a magnetic quality to this reading for sure. So I'm going to pull some clarifiers here before we pull our final card. let's get a little deeper into what this Wheel of Fortune is bringing in for you. So we have the Page of Swords. So there's a sense of trying to gain more information. Okay, so here's the Devil and the Eight of Pentacles again and the Page of Wands. There's a sense here of feeling held back from what you're trying to build. Now, the Page of Wands can speak to a child in your life. Again, this could be where you actually are trying to, you're working towards trying to build a home for your family or your future family. And there's a sense of like, how can I make this happen? That's what the Page of Swords is. How can I make this happen? How can I, or why isn't something working? Because with the Devil too, there can be that sense, like what I was saying with the number 15, there can be that sense of, how did I let myself get trapped by something I love? How can I, it could be reevaluating relationships, reevaluating where you choose to spend your time, reevaluating just, again, what feels like it's holding you back. And so there's a sense of really getting curious about that. Now, this could also be too, where this Page of Wands could be you. It could be the child within that wants to come out and play, and you're trying to work to bring more of that into your life. But there still could be this kind of almost like a ball and chain holding you back in some capacity. So it's really realizing, what is that for you, and why have you held yourself back from being able to either enjoy or embrace children in your life, a child, a family dynamic, or the inner child that wants to come out and play? And how can you really stay curious and open to what that means as these new opportunities start to come in for you? So here's the Fool with the Eight of Cups. So there's definitely a leaping away. Well, the Eight of Cups is when we're ready to walk away from something that no longer emotionally supports us, so that our heart is no longer in. And then, we have the Empress and the Four of Wands. Very much, for many of you, this could very much be around becoming a parent. With the Empress and the Four of Wands, this could be marriage and someone with the Empress, again, becoming pregnant. And there's a sense of leaping into that for some of you. So, again, this could be where you're looking to get married. Maybe you're leaping away from your single life and into home and family. It could be that you're finding out you're pregnant and you're leaning into that and walking away from a lifestyle that doesn't support that, the change. This can also be for some of you where the Empress and the Four of Wands can truly be creativity. This could be creating a new foundation for a business. This could be creating something that is celebrated by others. So, and whatever that is, there has to be a sense of, it's almost like you have a vision for what that is. You know what that is, and you know what it's going to cost you. Because the Eight of Cups, it's easier said than done when we say, oh yeah, just walk away from something that no longer supports you, or that your heart isn't in. But in reality, this person has put their emotional time and energy, blood, sweat, and tears into these 8 cups. And that's a lot to walk away from. In fact, most people would look at this individual and say, why the heck are you walking away from all of that? It looks pretty great on paper to me. But in your heart, you know it's time. You know that no matter what it looks like externally to you, it no longer works for you. And there's a sense now of finally leaping in and embracing a new foundation of joy and passion that wants to be brought into your life. And with the Empress, there's a sense of true creativity, of giving birth to something, whether this is truly giving birth or it's metaphorical. But there is that sense of, I think for many of you, when this chance to leap comes up, you know exactly what that is and why it's time. So let's see about this Ace of Wands. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is the individual who really knows her own story. She speaks to what she's gone through. I mean, for some of you, this could even be the realization that it's time to share with others your passion. That could be part of your business. You could be actually speaking to others and sharing what you know. But with the Five of Cups, the Queen of Swords and the Five of Cups, there's definitely a sense here of past pain, past disappointment, past a time when maybe you did not feel supported, or people, didn't come through for you. This can be where there was heartbreak, loss. It can even be a sense of mourning, depending on what you've gone through. And I think for some of you, there could actually be a little bit of a reality check with the Queen of Swords, because she can be a little cutting with her words. She's very clear as to the reality of or a perspective of a situation. And there can be a sense for, I think, some of you where there's this realization of where maybe you've held yourself back from a pursuit of something. There can be a little bit of a mourning of how much time has gone by or wasted time or something along those lines. But yet the Ace of Wands is here. This definitely tells us that hope springs eternal. And there's that sense of, it doesn't matter if you should have gone back to school 10 years ago, or if you should have pursued having a family 10 years ago, or you should have, there's a sense with sometimes when the Five of Cups comes up that there's like the should have, would have, could have. And yet the reality of it is this individual is focused on what didn't work, but he's missing the two upright cups that are not spilled behind him. There's a sense that there's always someone there who has our back. There's always someone there who's ready to support us. And I think there's a realization of that now. And there is this chance with this Ace of Wands. This is a spark. It is like going back in and relighting that pilot light so you can catch your life aflame again. And I think there's going to be this brief moment in time somewhere in the middle here where you feel a little regret. You feel like you should have been closer, or you should have done more, or you should have done something a long time ago. But you get the chance to kind of cleanse that through the fire of your own passion, or through the fire of even the passion of someone else coming into your life. And there's that sense of kind of burning that away. And that's when the clarity comes in with the Ten of Pentacles, with what you actually want to experience in the physical. Because now we have the Knight of Pentacles and we have the Moon. And there is a sense of it's time to put our head down and get that plan going. Who better to take the pentacle that the Eight of Pentacles person has been working so hard to perfect and take it to fruition? It's almost like somebody coming, this would be like the individual who is the marketing strategist who comes to the factory line and says, okay, I see that you've created the product. Okay, here's the plan for launching this business or launching this to the public, or here's the plan for getting us into the house of our dreams now that we have committed to starting a family. And yeah, the Moon comes in and says the way is unclear, because we're never going to have all the pieces, right? That would take the fun out of life. We need to have a little bit of that mystery involved. But the Knight of Pentacles, he's able to really understand the value of what he holds in his hand, and he understands that he is the slowest of all the knights, and there really is a slow and steady energy. It's more Virgo energy as well. So for some of you, you might have strong Virgo placements in your chart where you're going to be kind of like asked to draw on those. You might have Virgo prominent in your life as well. So really keep that in mind. If you have Virgos in your life, this might be a chance to really learn from them. But there is this, there's also a sense too with Virgo of healing. So there could also be this sense of kind of heart healing as well as you're leaping into something new. But there is this kind of analytical, able to really see the details. And I think there's just a sense of, I like how this individual, here you see the individual looking down at what he's working on. Here in the Knight of Pentacles, you see the individual focused on the coin. He's not focused on the what ifs, on being scared away by not being able to see what he can't see. He's just realizing, I know what I want. I see the Ten of Pentacles. I know the experience I want to hold in the physical. And I'm going to just focus on what I have here. And I'm going to just, there's that leap of faith. I'm going to build that plan, and I'm going to take those action steps, and I'm going to start to do it. Okay. So let's see here. Let's see with the Four of Wands, whatever the celebration is, foundation. What is this beautiful energy here with the Four of Wands? Okay, so there is the Seven of Wands. Yes, there's a defending something here for sure. There's a defending, I think, your choice. Let's see. Okay, so now we have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Coins, and the Wheel of Fortune. So you officially have every ace on the table except for the Ace of Cups, which is the ace that represents new love and a kind of a soul renewal. So there's a sense here, I think, for many of you, you have all the pieces on the table to create the new. And I think with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, there's the clarity, the realization of what this opportunity is, and the Wheel of Fortune saying the time is now. And this is why there's a sense of defending what you're building, defending why you want to go for this celebration. You know, this could be like a sense of saying, okay, yeah, I see that this is the window of time for me to launch my business. I have clarity. I have the realization of what this opportunity, the Ace of Pentacles, really means to me. And the Ace of Pentacles could be you get a little bit of seed money all of a sudden, and you're like, wow, I am going to go brick and mortar, and I'm going to, open my doors in my local town. That could be a Four of Wands, and everybody gets to come and watch you cut the ribbon. And you're going to have to stand firm in that. You're going to have to defend your position as to how you choose to take action with this new start, this new energy that comes in. It could be that you get a little bit of money to put in a down payment of a house, and you realize this is it. This is what I'm going to use this for, and I'm going to move in. I'm going to build that foundation. It could be for a wedding. This could be like saying, okay, it's time. It's time for us to show everybody the fresh start. And we're going to invite everybody out to the commitment that we're going to have with each other and the eventual move into the home and family and all of that. But there's a wonderful opportunity for a true kind of across the board fresh start here for many of you. Now with the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Knight of Wands. So this is Cancerian energy and Sagittarian energy. Queen of Wands is the energy of the unconditional loving mother. It's an individual who really is focused on self-care, on the nurturing of herself so that then she can nurture others. And then the Knight of Wands is the energy of the individual who wants to go on the spiritual quest or adventure. There's a sense of just kind of following your heart, doing what feels good, getting to take your passion kind of out onto the open road. This is the individual who just says yes. And it goes hand in hand with the sense of the Nine of Pentacles here, where the Nine of Pentacles is where we really do have that opportunity to say yes to the things we're passionate about, because we are in a place where we can enjoy the fruits of our labor. So it's like, why not go out and take that trip? Why not go out and pick up that hobby again that I haven't picked up in years? There's that sense of having the time, the energy, the resources to do that. And I think for many of you as well, with the Queen of Cups, this could also be, realizing that, again, there could be a sense of becoming a mother yourself. And part of that is for you to really pursue your passion. Maybe part of the passion is to become a parent, is to become a mother. There could also be a sense here too, where there's a focus on self-care, that you're really putting yourself into a position where you are meeting your own needs, where you are able to do the things that you need to love yourself, to meet your needs and dreams, but also to bring that sense of fun and fulfillment and adventure into your life as well. So there's a beautiful start here that really leads to a lot of enjoyment and I would say not only just enjoyment, but the realization of something that really could bring a lot of love and attention into your life, a lot of love and self-directed attention. In addition to that, you could actually be bringing in, for some of you, Aquarius, you could be bringing in a Cancer or a Sagittarius here. There could be something about that. There could be a relationship here. But I get more than anything that there's a sense of kind of leaping into either becoming a parent, leaping into focusing on that. And there's something around either maternal energy, self-care, and being able to have the freedom, because that's another Knight of Wands I really associate with the card of freedom. There's a sense of freedom associated with your ability to focus on that. Focus on self-care. Focus on nurturing more of what you want in your life, or focusing on having the freedom to be a parent. So very beautiful energy here for many of you. Okay, I'm going to pull a final card. Now, it could also be grandparent as well. I mean, depending on where you are in your life, maternal energy does not stop at a certain age. So let's see here with Aquarius. So there's a sense of freedom coming through here very much. So there's a fresh start, a new start, defending your position to kind of take that and lay that foundation. And that's going to free you up to do the things I think your soul has been crying out for and crying out to enjoy in the physical. This isn't just about, there's not a lot of cups on the table, which is interesting. The only place where cups showed up at all, which is really shows our emotional state, is the Five of Cups. And I think that's kind of the lamenting of having that emotional connection, having a life experience filled with love and true emotional connection. And there's this sense here now of almost like wanting to go on a quest to honor that in your life. That's the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Cups, honoring your cup, which is your direct connection to your emotional experience, to your soul, it's a sense of spiritual renewal. But there has to be that realization, that focus. And then that's what leads you into a place where you change your physical experience to allow you to be able to emotionally connect again to wherever you feel like there was something disappointing or you maybe missed out on something. There's that beautiful chance to be able to bring that into your life now. Okay, and so I know it seems kind of funny to have this come out as the last card, but it says surrender to sleep surrender to rest and sleep. But there's a sense here with this card, before I read the rest of it, that, when it said slow and steady, there's nothing, aside from this leaping into the new here with the Fool, there's nothing here that says this all has to happen immediately. I don't see the Eight of Wands, which would mean a lot of stuff going on or push to move. There's just a lot of aces on the table, which are the building blocks for the next journey, for the next cycle. So it is like starting back at square one. And that's not a bad thing. It means that now you get to kind of maybe redo it in a different way where you don't feel like you've missed out on something, or you get to redo it this time, but with support, with those around you, with meeting your own needs in this cycle versus maybe allowing yourself to having sacrificed in the past cycle. And there's just a lot of slow, dedicated focus, but there's also a lot of time to really savor celebration. So keep that in mind as you go through. And when we think of the Eight of Pentacles, this is someone who is very focused, very dedicated. But we also can't get to that point where that focus and dedication becomes the devil, right? Where we are overly exhausted, where we are overly maybe cutting ourselves off from the world, right? This could be like we're a workaholic and we are just so focused on, we want to do business, we want to become this business owner, we want to make it happen, and then suddenly the child at play, our true creativity, our true soul can't be expressed. Or because we're so focused on work and we're so focused on perfecting something here, we lose sight of the larger importance of our life experience, which is connecting what we're working on, what we're passionate about, with others. If we sat there and we could paint every amazing, beautiful painting that could move the generations, just by being in its mere presence. But if we never share that with others, if we're never out there bonding with others over our love of art, well then it's almost kind of useless in a way. Then it becomes the devil. Then it becomes what holds us back from living our life, from truly having that beautiful connection of a soul tribe, or those who celebrate with us, or those where we just feel like we're, again, emotionally embracing life, where we get to feel that love reciprocated as much as we get to give. So make sure that you are allowing yourself that time to savor, allowing yourself that time to sleep, to rest, and to not be too overly focused on work or perfecting something that you miss the bigger picture here, which is the start of something truly beautiful. There's a spark. There's the little bit of money that comes in. There's the clarity of an idea. There's the ability to lay a foundation. But it's all going to be slow and steady. And it's about committing kind of at the start of this year to make that leap, even if it's a slow motion leap. It says to prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. Beautiful. I will leave it there, Aquarius. This is a beautiful, formational, foundational year for you, and one in which you get to embrace the Empress and the Four of Wands in whatever way that comes into your life. And towards the end, you get to really free yourself to follow what's in your heart, to give yourself that self-care, or to open yourself up to the ability to not only love yourself, but to love others and have the freedom to express that in your physical environment, which is wonderful. All right. I hope you all have a wonderful year ahead, Aquarius. I also hope you have a wonderful day. If you'd like to book your own personal reading where we can take a look at what 2024 holds for you, or just to illuminate an area of your life that could use a little more clarity, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website. Otherwise, I will see you all in your next reading. Bye, Aquarius.